I work in the neurophysiology department here at Worcester. So I started working in this department in June 2018. And then I started my studying at the uni in the September. My role here focuses mainly on carrying out EEG studies, which is short for electroencephalogram. So this is used to help diagnose lots of neurological conditions. We primarily focus on epilepsy in sort of neonates, children, adults, all up to old age. This role, when I saw it on the NHS Jobs website, I thought it was like a perfect opportunity for me to sort of learn, study and earn a salary at the same time. So I was currently like in an admin job and I really wanted to get into something clinical, and I just thought, yeah, it was just great. They paid for university, I could get another degree, and then most importantly I'd have a job that I was qualified in at the end of it. So I think, like as I mentioned, I think earning a salary and then learning a new field, gaining qualifications all at the same time is amazing. I knew I wanted to get into something completely different, but having had a job, I didn't want to have to leave sort of work completely after getting used to having sort of a salary to go back and study. But obviously this apprenticeship allowed me to do like both of those things at the same time. I think apprenticeship wise as well, I think being such a supportive team who encourage you and help you to learn the job, it's really helped my confidence in my ability of what I can achieve as well. And it's also given me an opportunity to progress as well in the future. So sort of in the next 18 months time, I'm hoping to complete the PG Cert qualification to another university, which will enable me to become like a clinical scientist. And then a lot more of the advanced studies that obviously we do in the department. So obviously everyone will probably say that they didn't expect it at all, but honestly, yeah, it was like a complete shock. I think there's obviously so many apprentices, which a lot of them I really didn't even know about, but I think to be recognised for what I've achieved is just amazing, and I think it really shows sort of how well a department works to put their apprentices through this scheme as well. So it's also a reflection on the department, and I think it really highlights sort of a field as well that a lot of people probably haven't heard of, like I'd never heard of it either. So yeah, it just felt really a bit surreal as well, but it's amazing.
Neurophysiology specifically has got quite a big problem with recruitment and retention at the moment. We changed some of our training schemes some years back, which meant there was a lag in trainees coming through, so which left us then with quite a huge vacancy hold, especially around our qualified band 6 posts. There was then a need to look at different ways of training. Apprenticeships in neurophysiology was very new, something that hadn't happened, it's not within this organisation anyway, and not nationally really. So there was a little bit of a fear of what are they and what can we get out of it. As far as apprenticeships now within the organisation, I feel they're very well embedded. We have an excellent apprenticeship lead who is on hand to give advice all the way through. And I think for neurophysiology specific, we're now seeing what output we get from the apprenticeships and the benefit that those apprenticeships can have for our service.
So I'm one of the clinical scientists in neurophysiology. So as well as doing all of the clinical work that a Band 7 would do, I've also had the opportunity over the last 3 years to be Georgie's mentor, which is the first time I've done that in my career.
Georgie is fantastic, absolutely fantastic, and being one of the first apprenticeships to come through the organisation has also had quite a lot of pressure on her shoulders as well, because you know the whole way through we've all been learning. It's been a learning curve for all of us, especially around endpoint assessment and what that meant, but she's took that in her stride.
Oh, she's made a massive impact as well. She's been really hands-on throughout all of her training. Nothing's ever been too much to ask for her to do. She's got on board with all of the clinical tests. She does behind the scenes things as well. So she's been tweaking our protocols. She's been adding to research and development within the department.
She's took all of the curves and all the curveballs we've thrown at her along the way, and at the same time has also undertook her professional body examination. So she's gone above and beyond what was needed of the apprenticeship role.
So she's helping decrease the waiting list. She put her name forward for waiting list initiative clinics. So sometimes she's giving up her time at weekends to come and do extra clinics as well. And she's been really keen to expand her skills. So actually she's already been given a permanent job here from the base of her apprentice. She's a really valuable member of staff. We all love having her here, and she's lovely.
So I'd say, yeah, just do loads of research, and if you find something that you might think you're interested in, get in contact with like who's providing that like training programme. So I know here in the hospital there's like an apprenticeship lead who could probably provide you more information. We have a lot of work experience students who come in as well, if they want to just get a feel for maybe what the job day-to-day is about as well. Because sometimes it's quite hard to just like get an idea just reading what obviously that description is, but yeah, I'd just say do your research, because there's a lot of apprenticeship opportunities out there which you probably wouldn't have heard of.